Alright, One Piece chapter 1102, The Life of Kuma. Cute cover story to start off. Bonnie not waiting to stuff her face at a meal with a pack of wolves who carefully built up a huge stash of hot dogs. Weirdly specific, as you come to expect. This chapter is heavy, bro. Like, it's really heavy, but anyway, the chapter starts with the bunny pirates battling against the Marines. The Marines having orders to bring them in immediately, as apparently the last city they attacked was packed with injured seniors and little kids, which is quite funny. The Marines very clearly didn't get the memo about Bunny's fruit. But anyway, Bunny's packing up Marines, as she should, her goal being to find and reunite with Kuma. One of the coolest parts about this chapter is that Oda redraws some of the most pivotal moments from pre-time skip One Piece. The first one we see is just after Luffy whooped Arlong back in the East Blue and getting his first bounty of 30 milli, becoming the baddest man in the East. We also see Sabo and Dragon talking. Dragon. But let's not get caught up in that. Sabo asks Dragon why he's heading to Logtown. Dragon brushes it off, but it really does beg the question of why Dragon actually was headed to Logtown. I mean, it seems as though he just saw Luffy's wanted poster and came to the conclusion that Luffy was probably going to be at Logtown. But is it really just a case of him looking out for Luffy? No. Ace sees Luffy's bounty, he's gassed. Jinbei's flabbergasted as to how Arlong got whooped by a rookie, which, come to think of it, really does make you think. Arlong really was a generational bomb. This guy was a New World level pirate, got mollywopped by Jinbei and ran to the East Blue just to get slapped silly by a complete and utter rookie. He should have been in One Piece's biggest bums. Truly a missed opportunity. We also see Kuma's reaction to Luffy's wanted poster and Bunny putting on makeup, drawing a mark under her left eye for Kuma to recognize her by. It is pretty sweet. Then we go back to Egghead, checking up on the pacifistas and their development. Kuma really does sum it up perfectly. It's absolutely unsettling to see them all just lined up. Kuma and Vegapunk are talking about some rookies who declared war on the world government. I wonder who they could possibly be talking about. Vegapunk learns that Luffy is Dragon's son, while Kuma puts two and two together. Luffy and his goofy rubber powers standing up to the world government. Nika, it's hardly rocket science to make the connection. We fast forward to Thriller Bark, or should I say, the only good section of Thriller Bark. Filler Bark is straight dookie for the most part, but you have to give it some credit. Thriller Bark probably has the best ending in all of One Piece, to be fair. That last stretch from Moria's defeat to the end is absolutely unparalleled. Absolute peak. It truly is a shame that the rest of the arc sent me straight to sleep. But anyway, you don't need me to tell you. Kuma arrives to take Luffy's head. Zoro makes the sacrifice play. Nothing happens. I mean, let's be real. We all know how it goes. We don't get the iconic nothing happened panel redrawn, but we still do get a decent bit. We also get Kuma talking about Luffy having exceptional friends. I mean, at this point, we all know about Luffy's gift. His ability to gain allies with ease, his natural charisma. I mean, we all heard Mihawk at Marineford. Fast forward to the warlords being called up to Marineford. I just want to talk about how good this stretch from Sabaody to Marineford is. Absolutely elite. I mean, the stretch from Water 7 to Marineford is elite as a whole, obviously ignoring Filler Bark. We then see Bunny's introduction panels being redrawn, and it truly is, it's amazing. How reading for the first time, there is absolutely no chance that you could have ever predicted Bunny's character. It's crazy how Oda pretty much freestyled all of the supernovas at Sabaody. And now they're some of One Piece's most important characters, bro. Oda was really in his bag during that iconic stretch. We see Kuma's final glimpse of the final time he sees Bunny, before the wholesome moment is abruptly interrupted by someone shouting, "That pirate just hit a celestial dragon." Guess who? Oh my god. Reliving it really does. It's something, man. Sabaody really was peak fiction. We see Luffy punch Charles's head in. Kuma makes a comment about how no one has done anything this bold for hundreds and hundreds of years, which I call cap on personally. Like, surely Rux or Roger pulled a stunt like this. Or to be fair, expecting Kuma to know about those fossils is like expecting Year 5 to know about how good Pele was. It's just not gonna happen. Do you reckon citizens of the One Piece world have debates about how good the old generation of pirates were compared to this new generation? Blasphemous statements like, Roger competed against plumbers, he won't be able to survive in this generation, have to be somewhat common, right? But anyway, yeah, that's just the thought. We relive the Straw Hat's darkest day at Sabaody, but from Kuma's perspective. Kuma was just trying to show Luffy the difference between his crew and the New World Standard. And I think it's safe to say he did his job perfectly. Kuma says that Luffy will save the world, which I have to say, at this point, Oda is really playing into the whole Luffy is the chosen one thing, which is cool, I guess. I personally don't really have a problem with it, although I know people do. I don't think it's at all the same situation as like Naruto. Like, I genuinely don't believe those two situations are at all comparable. I mean, the thing is, early Naruto beats us over the head with the whole message that Naruto has no talent, he's a bum, only making it through hard work. And then the story just decides to do a complete 180 and go down the chosen one path. One Piece doesn't really do that. I mean, Luffy was never stated to lack talent or be unremarkable. I mean, it's probably the opposite. The only thing you can sort of argue for is Luffy's fruit, which, yeah, it is meant to be unremarkable, goofy, and really unpractical. It's pretty much drilled into us that the only reason the fruit is even useful is because of Luffy's creativity and his years of training with it. And then obviously, we know now that it's pretty much like the most overpowered devil fruit ever. But even then, it is still boosted by Luffy's creativity. We know Vegapunk has a row with Saturn. Saturn wants to slap a self-destruct button on Kuma. Vegapunk's like, no. Saturn whips out his cock and stands on business. Says something like, I'm a scientist too, you can't deceive me, you know. I beg to differ. I mean, surely Vegapunk, whose intelligence is supposed to be on a different level to anyone in the series, surely he could handle Saturn. I mean, it's probably not worth it. Like, if he was to get caught, it would be game over. But still, I reckon Vegapunk should be able to get the job done. Kuma makes the declaration. He believes that Luffy is going to be the hero to change the seas. And then we get to the last 3 pages of the chapter. And all I'm going to say is that I am grateful I'm reading this shit digitally because golly. Oh my god. Shit almost got me tearing up. Almost. I mean, you know me, I'm one heck of a tough dude. But One Piece be tugging heartstrings sometimes, no word of a lie. Page 17 in particular was an amazing page. Kuma's life, it's beautiful. Page 18, Vegapunk ugly crying. One Piece does ugly crying panels the best. It's crazy I've seen some niggas clowning on Oda's crying panels, bro. They are amazing. Oda's spectacular, showing the pure rawness of emotion. The final page is all about Kuma's last wish, for Bonnie to be wished a happy 10th birthday. Wow. What a flashback. What a chapter.